Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to the first video from me in 2023. So I decided I would just share with you the last 5 handbags I got in the order that I got them and just say like why I wanted to get them, my first impression having used them, some of them just a couple of times or even not even out of the house yet, and oh no, I have used that once, and then if I would still buy them again, if, like, you know, are they good? So we're going to start with this one. This is the Telfar shopping bag. It's vegan leather. This is the medium. They do a bigger one and they do a teeny tiny mini one. Their bags are like a sort of square shopper. I'm not going into a load of stuff about the brands. I want this to be a quick video and I'm really bad at doing quick videos. So you've got the top handles and then 2, which is unusual, I think, long straps. I can crossbody this. It doesn't look great. The handles stick up and stuff, but if I need my hands free, I can. You can tuck them in, or I'm trying to train my straps to like hang at the back, but because they're not real leather, it's going to take a while for them to be like supple and just sort of hang at the back. I love this bag. I wanted a square tote, like a kind of Dior book tote or an on the go, but I didn't want to spend that kind of money and I wasn't sure if I would get that much use out of a top handle tote, although I've got my DeVille, it's fabric, so I was just like, don't know. And then I saw this and I was just intrigued, and then obviously they make you want it more because they're really hard to get. I could do a whole video about the Telfar buying thing, but I don't want to get into that in this video. I give this a 5 out of 5. There's nothing about this bag I don't like. The price was great. It was easy relatively to get one. You just have to make a bit of effort to register and all the rest of it. Waited for my colour to drop, or sometimes they do a rainbow thing where all the colours drop. I think that's how I got it. This is in dark olive. It's lovely. It's lightweight. It feels really well made. No weird chemical smell. Really functional. And I have to say, guys, from when I got this at the end of September, I think it was, I've used it nearly all the time when I want a big bag. I absolutely recommend Telfar bags. The next one I got was this one. This is from Aspinall, and it's a Lottie classic kind of flat bag. They've done these for years. I'm familiar with this brand. I'm familiar with this style. I've actually had one of these before. I've had a micro before, and I sold it to a friend. And I also had, and I wouldn't mind getting one of those again in the future, really nice little evening bag. And I've had this silver bag before, but it had like Saffiano leather. I got it pre-loved and it wasn't in the best condition. I don't think it was looked after very well. The hardware was scratched and tarnishing, and I sold it because I'm a bit funny about things that have like wear and tear that someone else did. I don't know. Anyway, I thought if they ever do silver again, and I'm always checking periodically, and they just didn't have, for the last couple of years, they didn't really have any new or exciting colours that I liked. And then suddenly this autumn winter season, they had loads of colours that I liked. I got a big discount, and it's just, you know, if you follow me, you've seen me say for over 2 years, I'm looking for a silver bag. But I didn't mind even if it was quite expensive. I just wanted it to be the perfect silver bag. Bought a few, just didn't like them, sent them back, or didn't like the leather, didn't like the size, didn't like the strap length. Anyway, I'm so happy. This is like, that's it. That box is ticked. I've got my silver bag, so that's why I bought it. It's in a grained leather, which I much prefer to the Saffiano that I had. There is a Saffiano bag in a minute, but because of the price point and how I'm going to use it, I'm okay with that. But this is like a keeper. Silver hardware, silver, lovely grained leather. It's not too loud a silver. It's that sort of, I don't know how to describe it. It's not like a metallically silver. It's just soft. So these bags have a really great strap length, handy pocket on the back, great size. This is the small. I can crossbody it, wear it on the shoulder. Lovely little postman's lock. And it's honestly, Aspinall bags are so well made. It's got like a divider like in the college bag and then another section at the back. If you want a proper review on this, I'm happy to do that when I'm spending a bit more time on each item. But I wore this out whenever I was doing Christmassy things. I would tend to be more gold accents. Like I had a Christmas jumper that had like gold stars on it. But when I was doing more of a silver sort of look, I would wear this bag. I wore this bag a few times over the holidays and really loved it. I am genuinely super excited about this one. The next one I got was a Christmas present for my husband. he got me a Mulberry Lily, which is their kind of similar size actually, and quite similar to this bag, but just, I mean, guys, Aspinall bags are as well made, if not, I reckon they're better made than Mulberry, and they're half the price. He got me a Mulberry Lily in hot pink because I've really wanted a handbag in that Mulberry classic hot pink for ages. Tried it in a wok style and felt funny about that and ended up getting a different one. Anyway, he got me a Mulberry Lily and I decided to exchange it for this, just because the particular bag that he got me wasn't very well executed. And when I went to the Mulberry concession in my local John Lewis, the other one they had was the same. The sides where there's actually a stitched, this is just the belt pulling it in, but there was like a stitched pleat here, and it was really different on both sides, and it made the bag look a bit asymmetrical. And the heavy grain, which this also is in, the heavy grain leather on it, she said it's really hard for them to do a really like neat, perfect bag in the heavy grain sometimes, that particular style, because it's so thick. The bag is very slouchy. And she said you might find a lily in a different leather might be better. Anyway, but I saw this on display and I already have one of these in the chestnut. But I said to her, I already have that bag. Otherwise I'd get it in the pinks. It's so wonderful. It just really, different colours suit different styles, you know, and sometimes you might really like a style, but you're not in that colour. But this just, I thought, well, what's the harm in having two? I know I love the style, so what's the harm in having it in a pop of colour and having a more neutral one? So I'm really happy now, and I'm like looking at it in the screen and I'm like, oh my God, I love it. I've used it loads since I got it, and he didn't mind me swapping. It was the same price, same colour, it was just a slightly different shape. And to me, if you look at the lily and the, you know, the way it's like finished and the detail, and then you look at this, I think this is more bag for your buck in a way. So I'm really happy to have now my one like really bright bag. I love him. Next, I got this. This is that Lillian Bean kind of mini Kelly dupe. I have tied on a Hermes Twilly badly, just because I was just playing with it and I thought it looked cute like that. Oh my God. Honestly, guys, as I live and breathe, it's just broken right in front of us. Oh my God, the handles come off. Okay, do you know what? That just happened now. I was just going to go into this whole discussion about, I could probably get it to go back on. It's not actually ripped through. Yeah, look, I've got it to go back on, but wow. So I got this because people were talking about, or have I? People were talking about how it's a dupe for the Mini Kelly. See, I'll put it back on, but that doesn't fill me with confidence. So I got this bag because I was just intrigued. I wasn't planning to get a Hermes Kelly. I'm not planning on anytime soon, and probably not in this tiny little size, but I just thought I liked the way it looks, and I thought, well, if I could get one that's real leather, that's not claiming to be like a fake one, and just play with it, and I've seen other people review it, I thought I'd just get it and give it a try. But like literally live in the video, the handle came off. That's interesting. So that's why I got it, because I was just intrigued. It was £125. It's real leather. I will say, I would have said, looking at it closely, that I thought it was pretty well made. It doesn't smell of nice leather. It smells more plasticky, but it says that it's real leather, and they give you this, I need to cut that off, this thing here. As I said, it's by Lillian Bean, and I just was curious about how a tiny mini bag like a Mini Kelly would work for me, and so I got this. But I don't really enjoy dupes. I mean, this isn't expensive or super designer, but it's not trying to be something else. It just is what it is in its own right, and I enjoy it, and I don't feel any kind of weirdness about carrying it. This, I'm not sure how I feel. I think a friend of mine is going to get one, and we could maybe do like a, I'd like to see what she thinks actually, my friend Andrea, if she gets one, and we can compare how we feel and do an actual, I'd like to do a proper video on this, just talking about dupes and is it a good idea to get a dupe to trial run before you get the expensive thing? So this one, I don't know if I'd get it again. I probably wouldn't, you know. I just did it on a whim because I was curious. And some people I've seen on YouTube have bought them to have a little bag. But most people I've seen who are into handbags have bought them just as a trial run. And I think if they then got the real thing, they would give this away. It's not badly made. I would say go for the black one, because a lot of reviews I've seen when they've gone for a colour with like the white stitching, it's then that you really can see, you know, on a black bag, if the glazing's a bit messy, you don't really see because it's black on black. And the stitching on this, it's okay. There's no loose stitches. It's actually pretty well made, except the handle there is just sitting on the two, there's a gap between the two bits of metal, and so you can just roll the handle and get the handle to fall off. That's crazy. I might have to close the loop with a pair of jewellery pliers and just push it in a bit. But again, if that had happened on a Hermes Kelly, I would be lying down on the carpet now, someone would have to be fanning me because I'd be freaking out. Whereas this was just over, I got this for 100 quid because I had a discount code. And if I only wear it a few times and then give it to my daughter, who cares? Maybe that's a bit glib. And then last but not least, oh, this handle's come off, but because I took it off. This is a little pearl kind of wok style bag from Kate Spade. I just really wanted a little ivory bag for my kind of, you'll see soon, I've put a few pieces in this kind of, I would call from oatmeal down to ivory. I'm really into my winter whites after Christmas. I get really sick of, well, I wore a lot of like bolder things and hot pink and metallics, and I've just really been into that monochrome thing. And I just saw this, I love the pearls. It is Saffiano, but at least, you know, because it's white, then it's durable. It's a good leather to get in the kind of little white bag. I just love the strap. You can take it off and make it like a clutch. It's just on a little bar like that. It's actually really hard to take off and on because I was worried about that. I have had straps like this before where they fall out. But this, I'm not going to do it right now because you've got to make sure that the chain is not twisted and stuff like that. But you can take it out and make it into a clutch. I'm not going to do that right now. It's crossbody. It's adjustable. This was half price in the sale. It's really got nice classic like wok layout with all card slots and everything. I love Kate Spade. You'll see from all of these bags that I'm not particularly attached anymore to just having kind of high end. The only, if I rank them in terms of price, this was the cheapest because it was on sale. So it was around 140. This was about 100. The Aspinall silver one was, I had a 20% seasonal discount because it was before Christmas. So that was reduced from 550 down to about 400. The Telfar was about $250 because there was some shipping and import duty. They retail in the States for about $200. The only, I mean, you could, it depends, it's all relative. The Aspinall, you know, the retail price for that is $550. You could argue for some people that's a real luxury, but I'm used to, I have paid a lot more for bags in the past, so to me that feels like good value. And then the most expensive one will be this. I think this retails in the UK now for $9.95. And occasionally they do sales, but you'll find this is a really classic colour for Mulberry, so I can't see that this would ever get a big discount in a sale. But for me now, I've kind of retrained my thinking. So for me, when I get something like this, it feels like a real luxury. Whereas when I used to buy more bags more often, and higher price point bags on quite a regular basis, I think I kind of lost touch a bit with what else was out there that was fun and good quality at a lower price point. That's something I'd be happy to explore in another video. But yeah, all of them I absolutely love. The only one that I don't is this, because I don't think I'm that good with enjoying something that is trying to be something else, but I will give it a bit of time and play with it and maybe just take it out for the odd dinner or cinema trip. But I can't see this being a real keeper. But my little girl, who is 8, really loves it, so she can have it when I've kind of finished reviewing it and trying it out. That was funny, that strap coming off in the middle of the video is quite hilarious. But whoa, thank God it wasn't the retail price of a Hermes one. Anyway, I tried to keep that short and sweet. For me, under 15 minutes is not bad. If you want a proper review, I will list the bags in the description box. If you want a proper review on any of them, let me know and I will do that for you. And let me know if you've got your eye on anything for this season bag wise and what you think is great out there. Let me know and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.